Hello, everybody. Welcome back to chess. I'll show you again 5 games I played in chess.com. Rapid, daily, blitz, maybe even bullets sometimes. I don't care. I played a game. If you stick along to the end, you're gonna see a brilliant game, which included a bishop sacrifice. Of course, I'm gonna show you the normal games, 4 games, and then the final one, which will be the brilliant move one, like the science sticker with the double exclamation marks. Everybody's so happy when they get it. Now, of course, this position on the screen, black to move, find mate a1. It's probably very easy mate to find as well. I'm gonna be honest. Let's show you the games I played in these couple of days. Let's go. Okay, so the first video we are gonna start with, the first game. We get a knight c6, classic Italian, my favorite opening. I love this opening. I played this opening so many times. I think I played it when I was 700. That's how much it dates back. I might make a video on how to play it because I have explained Italian in some people. I'm not a grandmaster, but I know some basic ideas of it. But instead of going for natural Italian with knight to f6 or the bishop c5 or something, or even d6, he plays this. And already it's plus 1.4. This is supposed to be a very, it's supposed to be something like a Latvian gambit, but the Latvian gambit is this. Which essentially the point is if you take like this, then you can push like this. And then you delay the development of the opponent by probably hitting a couple of these, or actually not like that, but you can go here, attack the knight. You develop the opponent's development. I mean, you prevent the opponent from developing. So, yeah, that's the point. But here, the problem is, after I get bishop c4, even after I take and you push, I go queen e2, queen e7, and I undevelop a knight, but I still have pieces out. The point of a Latvian is to not have pieces out, or at least develop fast enough. Although, by the way, here the move, where is it? After taking, then I can just, it says retreating immediately, but I'm gonna go here. Why not? Queen e7, knight g1, knight f6, knight c3, d5. That's a problem, because I get the stick. Take, and he has more pieces out, but I have threats everywhere, so that's the problem. It goes back to defend, and as you can see, the evaluation bar has quite significantly dropped. That's because the knight is free. And I take the free bishop. So, yeah. Bishop for knight, and free bishop, so yeah, I think that's good. Bishop e7, free pawn, rook g8, not even castles, by the way. Queen takes h7, free pawn, long castle, queen d3, queen e6 check, trying to trade. He doesn't want to trade, but I'm just going to go here. And I'm targeting so many things. Bishop d6, first of all, we castle. I mean, I could have taken the free pawn, but I just want to be safe first. That's the reason. We're gonna take some precaution. Queen h5. He doesn't even bother protecting his pawn. And the problem with the a7 pawn, it is really close to the king, and that's really worrying. So he starts running. Look at this move by the computer. What's the point of that move? I don't know what's the point of that move. I'm gonna be so dead honest with you. Queen d4 though, and rook g to f8, queen h4, try to trade, he doesn't want to trade, check, king e8, check, covers, that's one of the only moves left. Then we attack the knight, what did I say knight? It's a queen. Whatever, queen f6, threatens mate, but we can just go back, we can cover, but instead of covering, we counterattack, danger levels. The opponent has 1, 2, 3 legal moves. If you block with the rook, I just take. And then we go to an endgame, which I'm completely winning. If you block with the queen, that's a free queen. It's a bad move. And I can just take like this probably as well. Yeah, I'm completely winning. I can even do this. And I'm still completely winning. And if you block with the pawn, then you're losing. Still, there's no way to stop it. Queen g6 check, forcing a queen trade, a fork. But instead of moving the rook to f7, he moves this rook to d7, hangs this rook, and the game ends here. What a crazy game. Rule of thumb, don't play the Latvian Gambit once I have pulled out my bishop, because it's a risky, very risky, and probably losing on the spot. Let's go to the next game. Okay, we are in the second game. As you can see, it's 48 moves long. Buckle up. E4, E5, Knight C3, Knight C6. The Vienna game. Also, the move feedback is on. Oopsies. I did not want that on. Not now, at least. Okay. Sorry, I got texted on Xbox. Anyways, Bishop C4, Vienna game with somehow looks like an Italian, but it's not an Italian. Knight F6, D3, and then I violate an opening principle with Knight A5. I want to chase off the bishop, Knight G2, E2, and I just take. Now, I violated the principle of developing pieces, but it's fine. We're fine. We're still okay. Castles, Bishop D2, D6, and then Knight goes here. Knight takes D5, C takes D5, and Bishop C5, I want to preserve the bishop. Although the ensign here, yeah, the ensign agrees with me. A3, I don't know what that does. It probably prepares B4. F5, strike to the center. Knight C3 is a mistake because of Queen E8. And if you don't do anything, I go here. And I just put a lot of pressure on the E4 pawn. I don't see that, so I just take it. Knight takes E4. Bishop B6. By the way, this is a daily game, so this game lasted a couple of days in total. Knight C5 is a mistake. Queen F6. Queen H5, threatening mate. Bishop takes F2 check. Rule of thumb, you can't take because it's actually forced mate. So, King H1, blocking the mate, Knight E4. Now, instead of going this, which probably trading here is the best option for white, I play Queen F7. And you might have noticed the bar has dropped significantly. That's because after the queen trade, my bishop dies. Yeah. And now I have to find a way to either survive and go for a draw or lose, or something like that. Bishop F5, targeting weak pawns. C4, Rook A to F8, piling up. Bishop E3, Bishop D3, counterattack. Rook F to C1. Now, if you take, you're losing completely. It's a bishop and knight versus rook. Now, the problem is, when you're playing an endgame, and you have this rook, bishop and knight versus rook, the value of these two pieces goes significantly down. Like, you need more teammates to play against the rook. So, instead we got Rook F to C1 from him. Rook takes F2. And I send it off to a Rook and Bishop versus 2 Rooks endgame, which is apparently, according to the ensign, a dead draw. If played perfectly. Now, that's not perfect, but it's still, like, close to equality by, like, 0.08 points. Although we're not going to be equal because of Rook to E1 hanging a critical pawn, the C pawn, which makes it a 3-on-2 majority on the queen side. Rook A to C1, free pawn. Now instead of taking that pawn, he goes here, and I take another free pawn. Then he goes here, and I take another free pawn. Then he goes here. And apparently, sending it to a rook versus bishop endgame is totally winning. But I need to, like, be careful. I have to go back. He's going to start bringing his king, and I'm going to have to start bringing my king as well. It's complicated. So instead, I slid it to rook b3. He took the pawn, and I took this pawn. He has 1 pawn against 6. Rook d2, attacked by bishop. Rook a5, defending it. As you can see, everything is defended except the pawn on d6. It's the only thing that's not defended. Rook d7, he goes for it. As you can see, it's my only weak point, which will probably get promptly captured. There you go. Bishop c6. Everything else is defended, though. Now, the checks begin. Rook d8 check, king h7, rook f8, a5, pushing the outside passer that I have created, the hardest pawn to defend against. King e2, bringing the king. a4, rook d to d8, and b5. Rook h8 check, king g6, rook d6 check, king f5. And the ensign says, keep checking, but the more you check, the more safe I am. If I go here, apparently it's losing because of... Oh, what happened? If I go here, it's losing because of this. And if I take, then I'm actually, like, losing all the pawns here. Impressive. I can just go here. And it says a dead draw. But, yeah, it says go for repetition. I would go for a draw, but instead of playing these tracks with rook f8, he goes rook c8. Now, I want to assume that this is a mouse slip, that he wanted to go to rook f8 instead, but he went to rook c8. Hanging, bishop f3 check, discover attack on the rook, king takes f3, rook takes c8, rook b6, and b4. This is a fancy idea. Because after takes, I push the a pawn. And now there's 3 ways you can block it. First of all, you can go for this, which I will push, go here, go here. You're probably going to defend it, and I have 2 passers, and you can't stop both of them. Because you will have to, like, switch between these and this and this and that. You can give some checks, but I'm going to go here. You can go here, but I'm going to push. You can go here and try to take my pawns, but I'll be faster. You can't do anything. So, the other move he has is to go here. Now, before that, this is not possible because I'm gonna push. Then he could go here, but then we have sacrificing the rock, takes, and making a queen. And it's GG's. The move he chooses is rook a4. I calculated all of this, by the way. Rook check, king e2. Because if you go here, then I'm just going to start pushing. That's the reason why it doesn't work. And if we go here, I'm just going to go forward. And there's 2 passers. You can't stop both of them. So, check. He goes here. I'm going to try to win this. Now, the move to the engine is king f1. So you don't get checked. But I'm just going to take. And even if you take that, it's fine. I got 3 passers. You got nothing. King f2, though, which allows me to take with check. You go here, and then here, rook a5, g5, rook a4, h5, and you can't stop everything, and here my opponent resigns. Listen, apart from this, the game was pretty complicated, but yeah, let's go to the next game. Okay. We got 2 more games, and the video will end. 3 more games, because if we add this, then we have 2 more. E4, E5, knight f3, and D6, the fiddler defense. The reason I do not love the fiddler defense at all is because of the move C3. If you play C3, then you're guaranteed to go for a D4 push. Of course, my opponent is not brain dead, so he goes knight f6, which is the most challenging way against my setup. Queen c2, knight c6, and d4 push. Take, and now we get the 2 pawns in the center, and black's position is a little cramped. Bishop g4, Bishop b5, counterattack. Bishop d7, bishop e3, d5, e5, knight e4, knight c3, bishop b4, castles, and bishop takes e3. Apparently, from 1.6, it went to minus 0.5 because of this. And it's a terrible move. Because after this, then what? You can take a free pawn? Is that the reason? Yeah. Apparently, this is a free pawn. Because even after this, then you're going to come back. But look, the game is close to quality, so it doesn't matter that I'm, like, down a pawn with careful play like this. Like, if I was here in this position, I would probably go to target the weakness here, which is a good move, but you have to defend. So, and I would probably go here as well. Instead, we have castles. Then I decided to go rook a to b1, a6, kicking out my bishop, and bishop d3, putting lots of pressure on this horse. Bishop f5. If you actually before you say but Raven, doesn't this hang a pawn? Yes, it does. But it's the only move that saves the game. Let's say that he just leaves the knight hanging. And let's say he plays like something like this. I'm gonna push. And if you take, then I'm getting in. And once I get in, it's probably over. Like, you can just start pushing your things around, go back, keep on the pressure, and you got nothing. I'm getting in. Slowly but surely, I will get in. Now, let's say, and the knight can't even go anywhere. If you go here, then it's a free knight. It's a free horse. Like, all the squares the knight can go to are covered, so you pretty much have to play bishop f5, hanging the pawn. Rook b8, rook after b1, takes. That's a really bad move, by the way, just taking my rook. Look, it was plus 2.4, it went plus 2.5, and yeah, f6. Amidst all of this chaos, we play f6. I don't know why. Probably to try to open up things up. Knight h4. Bishop c8 attacking. And yeah, rook b1. Just go back. Nothing too crazy, nothing too complicated. Apparently there's this just winning a pawn, but I'm just going to go here. And once we go here, then I'm going to take here. So, no, it's not a free pawn because of this. Yeah. But bishop c8 and rook b1 and f5. Oh, that was actually played. Never mind. Knight f3. This looks like it's losing because of not that move. c4 though, and knight b4 is the move. Just getting rid of my bishop pair. It's not really that bad, but whatever. The engine disagrees. c6. C takes d5, c takes d5, h3, and z5. Starting as same kingside attack, but it just doesn't work. Knight d2, f4. But what about knight takes e4 and f takes e3? Apparently the move here was to go here. And if I go here, then I'm going to lose my rock. But it's still unclear who's winning here, actually. Like, it's pretty much looking equal, but I don't know who's winning. It's complicated. But whatever, he takes the wrong thing, and I go here, check. Oh, you got 3 responses. If you go here, which looks very promising, I go here, and your only moves to go here, which I will probably start opening up the position, and there's pretty much nothing you can do. And it's probably going to go to Vol and King Hunt. So, yeah. If you play here, that's mating 1. The only way to stop mate is to sacrifice the rock. Which probably I'm going to end up in a completely winning endgame. However, his move of choice is King h8, mate on the spot. Let's go to the next game. Okay, so I am bringing you a meme game 44 moves long. So, before we start, I just want to say, buckle up. You're not ready. I have the white pieces with e4. I'm prepared to go for a fancy Italian or even a Scotch or even anything like. Instead of that, h5. Goldsmith defense. This is the Goldsmith defense. I don't know the point behind it. Just take it to center. Why not? Just take the center. f6. Every move makes it worse. Bishop e2 targeting the free pawn. d6. Check. Now, instead of running here and covering yourself like a normal person would, he takes the bishop with the rook. And I just take with check again, and it's nothing. You're down a rook for a bishop. King d7 and knight f3. I have developed almost all of my pieces. Knight h6. Oh, there we go. I can just chop that off right now, but I'm not going to do that. Knight c3. Queen e8. That's a horrible move. That's a horrible move. You know why? After it takes, he's trying to open up his ledge for bishop. But I'm up material. I'm winning completely. Why are you trading down things when you're losing? Well, whatever. Bishop takes h6. Now I take. She takes h6 and knight b5. Starting a fork. King d8. Long castle. Because, listen. Whichever way I castle doesn't even matter. Straight up. Okay. a6. Knight c3. c6. Pushing pawns for like one square. I mean, whatever. Rook h2 e1. h5. That pawn is going. e5. Bishop h6 check. King b1. F takes e5. D takes e5. And you're probably going to lose a pawn. d5. Now you're not going to lose a pawn yet. Rook d4. Rook lift and go to h4. He doesn't see it and plays knight d7, locking his ledge for bishop. And then I go rook h4, guaranteed to win a pawn. d4. Free pawn. c5. Losing on the spot. It went from +6 to +12. 6 points ended. Now, that's why. What's the reason? First of all, in order to evaluate h's position, there is like a couple factors. Material, I'm winning on that because I'm like up a rook and one pawn. That means 4 points up. King safety. My king is completely safe. Now, the only thing I have to worry about is the back rank. Piece activity, space, and pawn play. Now, I have a lot of space. I have lots of space. Pawn play, 3 pass pawns. I'm soon gonna have 3 pass pawns on the queen side. Now, king safety. Let's evaluate that. Not at all. The only move that is forced is to go back to e8 and then re-enable the fork. So now I will never get back rank mated. King d8 and taking the cookie monster. Bishop d2. Now I can just sack the rook here for content, but who cares? Rook d1. Takes. I don't care that you're doubling my pawns. I'm completely winning. b5, e6. Taking a free knight. King e8. E takes d7 check. Bishop d7. Knight c7 check. King d8. Knight e6 check. King c8. Knight c5. Taking another free pawn. Bishop f5. Rook h5. Bishop g6. Now, apparently, this move, which apparently to the internet is the top engine move, not this one, this one. I don't know if it's truly the top engine move, but it's probably definitely not top engine move. Even after I do something like this, and if you take this, now the engine says take, where are your pieces? Where are your pieces? Can you tell me where your pieces are? They're nowhere. Nowhere to be found. Instead, we have... Oh, what? Bishop g6, rook d to d5, and king c7. Knight a6 check. I'm insisting. King, rook h6, king takes a6, rook takes g6 check, king a5, rook e5, e6, free pawn, b4, h4, b3, c takes b3, king b5. Now, the only legal moves for the king is to run along from to a5 is to run along from a5 to d5. That's the only legal moves he has. h6, king d5, h7, king c5. Now you're probably saying, why are you not like mating him in like mating 1? Well, my humble viewer, because I yeah, I wanted to go for the disrespect checkmate. Now, well, not the one that you set your pieces back up, but king d5, f4, king c5, and f5. The game ends by resignation because I will just do this. I will just run up the board. I will make a queen. You got one legal move left. I'll probably saw my... Oh, wait, that's stalemate. Yep, you got one legal move left. I'll just go here, 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 and here. And now we are going to start to try and promote the pawns. Go here. Now you got some more legal moves. Now you got more space. Now I'm going to go here. And then, sorry for that navigation. I'm going to go here. Going to force you out. Yeah, I'm going to force him a little out so I can start pushing the pawns. That's stalemate again. Let me go back. Now that's the only legal move he has. Go back. Go back. Go back. Yep, there we go. I'm literally just not even thinking straight. Okay, so the only move to not stalemate is to go to this square. Oh, wait, that's stalemate. Never mind. How do you not stalemate in this position? Check. Also, how to also not checkmate, which is another thing. Okay, so if I don't move anything, that's gonna be like checkmate a bit. So go up, down, go down. Yes, a couple legal moves. Go down, and go here. Oh, that's mate. Never mind. I'm trying to solve this. Okay. I'm trying my hardest to solve this. Okay, so then we call it a promotion square. You can eat that pawn, but you can't. Go here. That's stalemate. Gotta go here, have one more legal move for him. Yep, and now we'll make the horse. And now what we're gonna do is go here. And I'm just gonna mate, I don't care. Yep, that's probably how it would end. 2 horses, 2 bishops, 2 rooks, and 1 pawn. It's like I never lost a single piece. That's the end of this game. Let's go to the final game. Okay, we are at the final game. Sorry for the notifications. Again, I'm trying to fix it. I can't. I think it's time we end this video with a brilliant game. E4, d5, e takes d5, queen takes d5, knight c3, queen a5 check, queen e2, queen takes e2, bishop takes e2. This is the Scandinavian defense. I don't recommend it, but you can play anything you want. Bishop f5, d3, e6, bishop f3. Targeting weaknesses, c6, bishop b4, bishop f4. Going active, knight a6, g4. I'm not gonna go king side. I'm gonna go queen side. And bishop g6, h4, h6, h5, bishop h7, long castles, bishop c5. It's a little dangerous, but it's fine because bishop e3 takes, knight f6, e4, solidifying, and probably locking this bishop from the entire game. Like the light square bishop from the black pieces. Like it's just never gonna enter the game again. Castles, knight h3, knight b4, a3. Now this, I'm not gonna say because it's probably just kills the knight. Knight a6 back and z5, crashing through, takes, and takes. We continue with e5, just pushing the knight around. Knight d5, knight takes d5 is a mistake, but I'm closing up the file and opening another one. So I'm not really worried, however, because I can easily block. King b1, knight c5, d4, just pushing the knight again. Knight a4, bishop b2, a6, Bishop d3 check. Just checking the king a little bit. You never know. Maybe it will work. Whatever. King g8. Rook d to g1. b5. h6 is a mistake. Because after this, it's just a passed pawn. But I don't see how passed it is. But here in this position, I sacrificed the bishop! The bishop has been sacrificed with takes g6. Now, once you take, I get in. And once you go back, I get in. And once you go here, I go here. And you cannot defend the pawn in any way. Rook c4, try and get mine. Everything is defended. You're in no time to defend anything. Rook c7. Rook takes a6. Now, you're going to say, does this work? No, because I'm going to go here. And you are in a deadlock. You are running out of moves to play. I'm just going to reroute. If you try to go here, I'm just going to start bringing my king. Like, I will do that probably. But no, he does not do that. Instead, I'm just going to take 3 pawns. He sacrifices the knight for absolutely zero reason whatsoever. It doesn't even quite work. I guess he thought the knight was trapped, but it's yeah, it is trapped, but I would slowly win it. I mean, you go here, then if I go here, you got an escape square, and it's probably a forced draw, according to the computer. I don't know what it says. But no, instead we have that. King takes b2, b4, takes, rook b8, c3, solidifying everything, rook f7, rook h2, king h7, rook d6, rook b5, king b3, just coming a little closer, rook f3, counterattacking the rook with king a4, rook b8, rook d7 check, king h8, free pawn, he takes my pawn, but guess who has more pawns? Me! And so we go rook b5, check, block, he goes here, rook a2, rook c4, threatening a mate, and also probably is going to win a pawn, but I don't care. Rook b2, rook takes d4, king a3, and for whatever reason, he sacrifices a rook. I take, and rook d3 check, rook b3, rook d8, e6, attacks, rook behind pass pawn, attacks, rook behind pass pawn. Now, how do you win this position? Both of your rooks are pinned down defending your pawn. How do you win? You start bringing your king. But it's black's move. So, what does black have left to do? Give him checks. But it's not gonna work. Because I am slowly making my way up here. And now, there is no way to stop this pawn from promoting. You gotta take. And now, it's only a matter of conversion and technique. And soon, I will checkmate. That was a game in Rapid. I have to say, it was probably a fine game. And especially this, by the way, to those that are gonna be like, me, this is gonna be a top engine move on self-analysis. Look, it's a brilliant. So yes, I am given the science sticker with a double exclamation marks. That's all I had to present for this chess game recap. I will see you guys next time. Red SMP videos are coming along very well. I'll see you guys next time.